if in fact these numbers are true, it shows that President Trump was right about the Federal Reserve. They are too late. And because of the bad numbers, they likely would have been cutting in June. And if we believe the numbers, and four, I can tell you the one thing this administration is not going to do, and we are not going to let the Democrat media surrogates do, is during President Biden, President Harris's campaign, they told the American people, it's a vibe session. You don't understand how good you have it. President Trump was elected for change, and we are going to push through with the economic policies that are going to set the economy right. I believe by the fourth quarter, we're going to see a substantial acceleration.
Hey, what's going on, Bull Runners? Welcome back to the channel. Ryan Huggins here, aka Win with Ryan. Imagine waking up tomorrow to a world where your favorite stocks trade like crypto, fractional, 24/7, on the blockchain. And XRP finally gets the Wall Street nod that it's been chasing for years, while Base drops a token that could supercharge Ethereum's ecosystem overnight. But here's the catch. If you miss this window, as the Fed's rate cut hits this week and these launches collide by 2026, you're watching from the sidelines while trillions shift hands. The urgency, it starts now. So stick around because I'm going to break it all down exactly how to position yourself before the dust settles on these game-changing moves. Plus, we will be heading over to X to check out all the breaking news that's happening in the crypto world today. Base teases launching its own native token at Basecamp 2025. Rex Shares says the XRP ETF is launching this week. Plus, we will be heading over to the charts to look at XRP. We're going to check in on the important levels of resistance and support that you need to know about right now. Plus, we'll be looking at the long-term and short-term momentum waves on the weekly, daily, and other charts. And so much more in today's video. So if you're like most people where you don't have the opportunity to spend hours a day doing crypto research like we do for you every day on this channel, just make sure you go ahead and subscribe right now. And if you are still feeling bullish about this current bull run, let me know by commenting 777 down below. Heading over to CoinMarketCap, let's check out the overall health of the crypto market today. We're currently trading at exactly $4 trillion total market cap. That is with $167 billion worth of trading in the last 24 hours. Fear and Greed Index coming right in the middle at neutral zone right now. Altcoin Season Index 71 out of 100. It's getting really close to that 75 level, confirming altcoin season. Bitcoin dominance was close to 56% yesterday. We're currently sitting at 57.4, so a slight tick back to the upside. Early numbers coming in for the Bitcoin ETF inflows, only $6 million today, and $10 million worth of inflows for Ethereum. Slow start to the week so far. Top 6 cryptos by total market cap. Number 1, Bitcoin coming in at 115,000. Ethereum number 2 at 4,500. XRP at number 3 at $2.98. Tether at number 4 with $1. Moving back into the number 5 spot, BNB at $918. Solana dropping down to $233. Checking in on red folder news that you need to know about in the financial markets this week. We do have core retail sales tomorrow and regular retail sales coming out. Those are decently important, but what is happening on Wednesday is going to determine how the entire economy is going to go, what direction. Are we finally getting interest rate cuts? We were previously at 4.5. We are now forecasting a 25% basis cut down to 4.25. We may even get a 50% or 50 basis point rate cut, bringing us down to 4. Unemployment claims will be coming out on Thursday as well. Trump comes out and blasts Powell again, calling him too late, his new moniker. He must cut interest rates now and bigger than he had in mind. This was his post on Truth Social today. He says, housing will soar. And I will tell you, as you all know, I do real estate investing, fix and flip properties here in Southern California. And we also do wholesale selling properties to other fix and flippers. And they are definitely at a stalemate right now. They are not sure if they are going to buy houses to do fix and flips or just kind of sit on the sidelines and let things settle. Most of the clients that we work with run 3, 4, 5 projects at a time. Right now, they've scaled all the way back, most of them running 1 or 2 projects only. So will the interest rates actually do something for the market? We do also have to remember that unfortunately, housing pricing is still at all-time highs. Mortgage requests, that means people wanting and requesting getting a mortgage is at an all-time low. Will the interest rate cuts solve most of that? As you saw in the introduction, we have Mr. Scott Bessent coming out and talking about this Federal Reserve rate cut. He says they are too late, and because of this, the bad jobs numbers, they needed to cut it all the way back in June. Justin, CNBC guest states that Ripple is going after Swift. Even the Solana investors know.
We've had huge positions in Ethereum in the past. We used to be 100% Bitcoin. Something could come out tomorrow.
Is there anything out there, though, that's interesting to you? The reason I ask is I would hope that, Solana was created many years ago. Ethereum was created many years ago. Bitcoin was created many, many years ago.
Yeah.
I would like to think that technology and technologists have come up with better solutions since then.
Well, Solana could do, I think, 9 billion transactions a day, which is more than all capital markets combined. So
Right.
It's not obviously need that next thing past Solana.
So you think it just doesn't matter?
Yeah, and there might be other use cases, other like Ripple's going after Swift, Bitcoin's digital gold. There's several different major use cases, but Solana's very good at the performance.
So it's more than a rumor. The insiders do know that XRP Ripple, the company, is going after Swift. Speaking of Ripple and XRP, the SEC did delay the XRP spot ETF from Franklin Templeton and Rex Osprey due to market manipulation concerns, stalling regulatory advances. However, with Rex Osprey's ETF cleared review with no objections, while Franklin Templeton delay aligns with the SEC patterns of caution, possibly influenced by the studies like the 2022 Journal of Financial Economics on the crypto market manipulation risk. So yes, the Rex Osprey did get pushed back just a slight little bit. However, it is launching this week. And here we have it direct from Rex Shares X Post. Rex Osprey XRP ETF XRPR is coming this week. XRPR will be the first ETF to deliver investors spot exposure to the third largest cryptocurrency by market cap. And in other massive news here, just in, NASDAQ files with the SEC to tokenize every stock by 2026, offering both traditional and blockchain tokenized shares on the same order book with full shareholder rights. Powered by DTCC's app chain and Hyperledger, BSU, and ERC-3643. This means 24/7 trading, instant settlements, and programmable ownership, a game changer for capital markets. The tokenization race is accelerating, triggering a potential once-in-a-generation overhaul of market infrastructure. And big news, Brian Armstrong with Coinbase comes out and says, we're exploring a base network token. It could be a great tool for accelerating decentralization and expanding creator and development growth in the ecosystem. To be clear, there are no definitive plans. We're just updating our philosophy as of now. We're exploring it.
As we started pulling our head up from that and thinking about the next chapter, 2026 and beyond, we've asked ourselves, we're at tens of millions of people today. What does it look like for base to meet for everyone on a global scale, for billions of people? And we didn't know all the answers, but we zeroed in on a few things. The first is that we believe that base has to be a decentralized network. And we make good progress. Base is stage 1 today, but we also have a lot more work to do. Second, we believe at our core that builders, that creators, that the people participating in the economy have to be aligned participants, because the economy can only work if we're the ones shaping it and benefiting from it. And then finally, we know that we need to keep pushing the boundaries of what we can do with crypto, because the only way we're going to have this positive impact on the world is if we're willing to push boundaries and be creative and figure out how these new tools can unlock new systems for all of us. And so with those as the North Stars, we're going to be exploring a network token for base. And I will be upfront with y'all. It's early. And I'm a little nervous, like my heart's racing sitting here on stage. And as we thought about sharing this like early exploration, I got all sorts of advice. People telling me, don't share it. You need to keep it close to your chest. It's too early. And I sat back in myself and our team sat back in ourselves and we said, what's the base way to do this? And the base way was we do it in the open. We don't have all the answers. We really don't, but we're going to figure it out, and we're going to figure it out together, because we think this could be a really, really powerful tool for building the global economy that all of us believe in. And as we do that work, I want to make 3 commitments to all of you. The first, and this is just to kill the FUD, we're committed to building on Ethereum. This is the path. People are going to make all kinds of noise, but we benefit from being a part of a connected global economy. The second is that we're going to do this right. We've always done it right. Coinbase has been doing it right for 15 years. And Base, we're going to work with regulators. We're going to work with legislators. We're going to figure out what does it look like to do this in the best possible way. And then finally, we're going to do it in a based way. We're going to build in the open. We're going to listen. We're going to learn. We're going to have conversations. Why are we sharing this at Basecamp? Because we want to spend the next 2 days hearing from all of you and figuring out what does it mean to do this in a way that lives up to our values, that pushes boundaries with creativity, that puts the team over the individual.
Digital Asset Investor comes out with a great post here. They are sending all of their media assets to paint crypto as Trump trying to become a new dictator of money.
I think the headline here is that we goof on Trump a lot, and I've found myself burying the lead of this story. So I'm really happy that you brought this out in this way to start with. The lead is that he is building a shadow central bank operation with this stablecoin enterprise that he is building on the side and independent. And Congress at the moment is laying the groundwork for him to become post-presidency one of the chief primary architects of central banking in the world, accountable to nobody. That's the headline. And it's frightening. I think it's above the pay grade of many of our representatives, frankly, and I don't mean to besmirch them. I think that this is a difficult topic, and it's one of these things that brings in the crypto industry, and so there's a lot of emotion about that. It brings in Fed policy. Obviously, there's a lot of emotion about that because you can run the gamut with that of people that want to, quote unquote, end the Fed, Trump who wants to control the Fed, and people that want it to remain an independent body. And then what our Treasury policy is going to be relative to our enormous debt. And it all kind of plays together. The last line of the lead is if he pulls this off in the way that he is crafting it and architecting it right now, post-presidency, the worse the economy gets and the higher the yield on our Treasury goes as a result of it, the more money he stands to make.
I've heard a lot of wild theories out there, but Trump being the new Federal Reserve is pretty interesting and over the top. I don't quite understand that philosophy at all. All right, the Rex shares will be launching this week. We've already covered that, but I want to go into a little bit more detail. In a post on X, the firm said that Rex Osprey ETF with the ticker symbol XRPR is coming this week. The fund is different from other XRP ETF proposals that have been floated by other firms, as it is registered under the Investment Company Act of 1940, a federal law that regulates investment funds that pool capital from investors to pursue a common investment strategy in an effort to protect investors from conflicts of interest and fraud. The ETF will mostly hold XRP directly and will invest at least 40% of its asset into shares of other ETFs related to XRP, according to the prospectus. And as you saw from the video, Base teases launch of native token at the Basecamp 2025. Very exciting times, huge headlines going down today. Jumping into the crypto charts, let's take a look here at XRP. Let's clear everything off of the charts. And first and foremost, a couple of things that we need to keep in mind of support and resistance. I do like to use this macro level here on the weekly chart. So as we can see, these previous highs were really an interesting point for XRP because we were not able to break through them during the massive candle of July 7th. However, the next week, the July 14th candle pushed through it, but immediately caved back under for a retest under the zone here. So as you can see right now, price did try to surge up through there last week. We have a brand new weekly candle that did start yesterday. We have 6 days and 0 hours left in it. So it's literally just kicking off the next day. But as you can see, the candle body did break through the previous candle body level high here, which is positive. So this slight pullback for the beginning of the week is totally healthy. In fact, if we get even back into these levels here and fill in the remainder of this fair value gap, that would be fantastic. It looks like we went through and did fill at least a 50% level of that zone there. So a move up from here would be absolutely plausible as well. Breaking back above this level here of the $3.02 and solidifying this as a future support for XRP. Our next level of resistance that we are going to run into are the candle body highs here. That is at $3.18. As you can see, last week we literally wicked right into that spot, rejected off of there, and started to fail back to the downside. After we break above 318, we have these candle body closes here, which can be 345. And those are going to be our levels to the upside that we have to break with candle body closes on the weekly charts. Once we break this level here, 345, with a candle body close, we are then back into price discovery mode. What's really interesting about this is once we broke the candle body closes here during that week of July 14th, we didn't really experience any significant price discovery mode. I mean, yes, we did go up from this level 303 up to 366. However, we'd already been in the 343, so it was only a 20-cent move higher for these upsides here. But what have we been talking about that is definitely a possibility is that next level break up to the upside, right? So we take our trend line, we go from this low here to this high here, and then we also know that we have this trend line right here, which we have broken already. You know, depending on where you draw this line, we've broken through that. When we switch to the daily candles, you can see we have for sure broken through this trend line right here. And when we connect our bullish flagpole to the breakout level, which we can see is right there, let's turn off fair value gaps. And this gets us into a bull flag pattern play out to $4.73. Looking at our long-term momentum waves, we did finally break back to the bullish side of things. So we are running green again, which is positive. We had already talked about this in yesterday's video and the day before. There's definitely a possibility where price would make the break, come back, retest, and then take off to the upside. If we do get that retested level and see prices come into this zones down here, it's definitely a possibility of getting back to 288 before we make the break to the upside. But that is not a requirement for a break to the run to the upside. One thing we will notice, our short-term momentum switching green back to red. So we did max out and cap out on this one up at the 100 level. It's starting to make a turn back to the downside. When you're looking at the candles here on the daily, you can see during this breakout right here, even though it has a slight pullback, we did break above these highs. So we do on the daily have a new higher high, which is very important. So after this slight pullback, no matter how long this lasts, then we start to make the move to the upside. The next level that we do need to break above is that $3.30 level that we've been talking about for quite some time. Let's go ahead and switch over to our weekly spider lines chart. On the daily chart, as you can see right here, price had broken all the way up to our yellow spider line before rejecting back down to our gray spider line here at 303. And it is continuing to have a pullback. We do have another support spider line at 292. This is on traditional candles. When we switch it over to logarithmic candles, we can see that we did have a nice support level right here at 277. And then we're starting to surge up. Our next level of resistance on logarithmic comes in at 356. And if you're not familiar with the spider lines, this is a support and resistance that was drawn from the drop of 2018. And then you do a ray tool. If you're on TradingView, there's a tool called the ray tool, and you will actually use the top of the weekly candle of the drop and pivot point off of the middle of the high of 2021, the April 12th weekly candle. And that shoots a resistance and support line into the future, giving us where we are sitting right now. As you can see, weekly wise, it's come up, bounced off this one, came back down, bounced here, up here, bounced, made a nice W pattern here, and then had a shot to the upside. Candle bodies did actually stop right at that green level. Candle bodies stopped right here at this one as a support. So now we have 5 days, 23 hours left at the time of this recording. This is on the weekly charts with logarithmic. We do see here, unfortunately, we're starting to get a reset of our short-term momentum wave. This red one, the white one is the midterm momentum wave, also starting to turn to the downside. Those can turn back to the upside, but that is showing a little bit of weakness here on the weekly charts. Taking a look here at the 3-day chart, this is the one that I'm most excited about because we finally started to break to the upside on our short-term momentum, the green, and soon to have follow the white as well. So as we can see, last time this happened, short-term momentum broke to the upside, the white line followed it, and we were above the bullish bearish line here on the Wolfpack indicator. That's when we had the surge from $2.20 all the way up to the new all-time high of 360.
Hey, bull runners, check this out. If you want to learn how to find the next 10x, 50x, or even 100x altcoin in this video, listen to this. Our research team posted GOAT on the 13th of October of 2024 when it was right at a penny, and since then it rallied to over $1 and is currently still up over 5,000%. That's like turning $1,000 into over $50,000. Our team called Pendle at only a $16 million market cap, or 16 cents, back on February 18th of 2023, all the way back here, and since then it's rallied up over 4,000%. That's a 40x. It's like turning $1,000 into over $40,000. Our team also called BitTensor Tau September 15th, 2022, before the token was ever even launched. And since then, Tau has rallied over 2,000%. That's a 20x. Our team even said Solana is most likely to be one of the easiest trades next year, and this was posted December 29th, 2022, on the day that Solana bottomed out at around $8. And since then, Solana looks like it's up over 2,500%. That's a 25x. It's like turning $1,000 into over $25,000. And the bull run is just getting started. The list goes on and on and on. Our team called Sui, Ondo, and even some of the biggest cult-based meme coins like MOG back in July 20th of 2023, the day that MOG launched. So if you want to learn how our team is finding these altcoins before they explode, we just launched Altcoin Pro University, where our research team gives you real-time altcoin picks with explosive potential for this bull run, along with 100+ expert curated classes crafted by industry experts to discover these gems yourself, on top of our live weekly calls every single week for in-depth crypto market analysis and daily updates. And that's just a fraction of what we offer inside of Altcoin Pro University. Just go through the link in the description below, get in right now, watch the 26-minute video covering everything that Altcoin Pro University offers.